The Notre Dame football team got its first win on Saturday, but the win also magnified areas of concern. WSBT 22 Sports Director Pete Byrne joins us in studio with a closer look at the challenges facing Notre Dame through the first 3 weeks.
Notre Dame picked up its first win of the season this weekend by beating Purdue, as we welcome our partner Eric Hansen of blueandgold.com. But if you think Marcus Freeman is even close to satisfied with one victory, you've got another thing coming. Eric, one of the things that Marcus has been known for saying is challenge everything. Well, he's challenging a lot right now, particularly the way the Irish attack things on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, and even though Notre Dame played better in the second half against Purdue, it's still not good enough. You're going against an Arkansas team that is the best team on offense in so many categories, including pass efficiency, pass offense, rush offense, total scoring offense. They're a handful. Maybe not on defense. They have some of the same problems, but on offense, this is really going to be a challenge for Notre Dame.
And certainly Notre Dame would like to avoid being in a shootout. I mean, they made it all the way to the championship game a year ago by playing excellent defense. They're giving up more than twice as many points per game right now as they did a year ago. I thought you asked Marcus Freeman a really good question today about why the defense lags so much farther behind than they thought it did in the preseason.
Yeah, it feels like the whole preseason was a mirage. You know, Marcus came out talking about how great the defensive line was going to be, how confident they were in the coverage, and then all of a sudden you get into games and it's nothing like that. The interesting part is why, and also how do you fix it? And that's where Marcus got very passionate today. He was hitting the lectern pretty good, but I think the money quote was, we had an uncomfortable meeting and I wanted it to be uncomfortable. And I think this is what Notre Dame football culture is about at this point, and it's the lean into that culture, because you can have a lot of different outcomes at this point. If you're pointing the fingers, it could turn into something like you're seeing at Clemson. If you're able to stick together, you may be able to transform this like Marcus kind of did in 2021, his first year as defensive coordinator.
He also went so far as to point out that he's not making a change at defensive coordinator or in the defensive play calling aspect of things. He was asked that today. It's not that he thinks the calls are wrong. He thinks that there's a lack of execution. Realistically speaking, how much fundamental work can they do without sacrificing game plan work at this point in the season?
That's a difficult balance, and that's what I was talking to him about. And that's where it really has to be the coaches that are doing the overtime work. So it's not waving the magic wand, it's a process. And really in 2021 with Marcus, when they gave Freeman, they gave up 38 points to Florida State, 29 to Toledo. It was, okay, here's the start of our process, and each week incrementally you make improvements. It would be great to have another bye week right away, but you're going to have to do it in game week prep.
I guess if there's a silver lining for Marcus Freeman and for Irish fans looking at this, is that he has been in a similar position as this not too long ago, and it worked out for him pretty well.
Right, and he even talked about he's been in situations where it didn't work out well, where the coaches and the team really divided. And I think you think about when he was at Purdue, that was kind of the situation, his first time being a coordinator.
Well, we will know soon enough if what they try this week works. The Irish take on Arkansas for the first time ever. It's a noon kickoff down in Fayetteville, and we'll be back here next week to discuss the extent to which it did or didn't work. We'll be right back.
I'm Pete Byrne from WSBT 22 News. For more Notre Dame stories, like and subscribe to the WSBT 22 YouTube page. Thanks for watching.